First try. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad, right? It's because you're about 10 feet away. Look at reflection, you're E-lens. But honestly, it drives so good. Oh no, it's overheating. So let's go over how much everything cost me for this car. Good morning everybody, now today, I said last week today is going to be the day we finally get the BMW driving and finished. I'm pretty sure today, or I pray to fucking God, that today is going to be the last day we get the BMW driving. So we've actually got the new part in the Clio, because the last one I got was wrong. So we have the correct new part, hopefully I'm praying. We obviously still have the bumper, and I've got a new headlight. Well, first of all, let's just get this radiator. I just want to have it driving. It's so annoying not having the radiator on, not being able to actually drive the bloody thing. So I have got the new radiator in the Clio here, so let's get it out. Sorry, I've got a huge stand and it's really hard to walk with. What was happening was, thank you for you guys in the comments last time, I actually had a radiator which for an automatic. So I've actually gone back to the guy who bought that one off, and we've Frankensteined the radiators, and now we should have the perfect radiator. So let me get it out. And for my troubles, he actually gave me the strip that I needed for the top of the bumper as well. So yeah, should be the correct radiator with no weird shit down here. So today I'm actually going to put it all back together, and then we're going to go over of all the pricing of what everything has cost me, and is it actually feasible to buy a broken car from Copart? So I'm not going to actually film putting the radiator back in, because you guys have seen it 5,062 times, and I've seen it 10,764 times, so I ain't going to film this. Right, oh. I'm going to top it up with water. If this don't work, I'm going to be fuming. By the way guys, by the time you see this video, True Rally tickets are actually going live tonight, but that must have been a few days ago by the time you've seen this video, so there's still some left. I'm very surprised. So True Rally, it's our first rally because of COVID. Thank you, COVID. We're going to be going through the South Welsh Mountains into Cardiff. It's going to be amazing. It's September the 25th. True Rally website there. Thank you very much for following on Instagram. If there's still places, you're lucky. If this pisses out, I'll give you a few. I actually promise you. We're good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Let's finally get some water in this bloody radiator. Right, let's start it up and get it bled, shall we? First try. Wait, what? I don't know how, but I got it started. I took the negative battery off, put it back on again, and it started. It's a little bit worrying why it did that, because it started up fine. But it started. There's still air coming out of here, so we're going to keep it going until bubbles stop basically bubbling out, because we're still coming out with quite a high lot. So I'm still keeping an eye on the temperature inside the car, so definitely don't want it overheating. It's actually at 90 degrees now, but the water's a lot colder, so it says to me that there's a lot of cold water in there, even though the engine's reading it warm. So I am keeping an eye on that temperature to make sure it don't go over. I do want to make sure this water is circulating correctly. Pretty bled to me, so let's put that back on. So for some reason the fan wasn't turning on then, and it was actually getting hotter inside the car, so the fan should have come on. So I've took the battery out the boot. I've just ripped a little bit of wiring from a audio harness upstairs, and I'm going to put power directly to the battery and hope direct to the fan, and hopefully it turns, because it's going to be so annoying if this fan doesn't work, this radiator. I've got to go back to my guy again and get the other fan off the other radiator. I'm going to be absolutely fuming. So honestly, this best work. There is 3 pins on this fan. We're not getting power to that fan unless it's something to do with that 3rd pin, but I don't know if it's a ground or what, basically. Fuck's sake, mate. Honestly, just this fucking radiator pack. So lo and behold, after reading things online, this fan isn't easily just powered with a 12 volt. It goes through a control unit. So you've got the positive and negative and a signal wire, and it's just too much. I'm just gonna pretend the fan's working and just put everything back together. I can actually get this fan off without taking all the shit off. There's actually only 1 bolt really holding it in, and it just slides out the top, so I don't need to drain the coolant again to get the fan out. So I'm just going to pretend the fan's working, carry on with the build, and get it running today. Okay, fuck it, we're just cracking on with the build. So we're going to start putting the front end apart. So I bought a new xenon headlight. I actually got it for free. Okay, so there we go, the brand new xenon headlight is all bolted up and fitted correctly. So now we're going to get the bumper and put the bumper back on, since the brand new xenon headlight is all bolted up and fitted correctly. And yes, I know what you're all thinking, does that brand new xenon headlight actually work? It does. And this is the thing that we need, that we lost last time. We couldn't bolt the bumper up. I think it just sits on like that. Okay, so the bumper is being an absolute nightmare. So what I'm going to do is, it's absolutely pissing it down. So I'm just going to put the camera away for a sec and just fanny about this bumper. Honestly, it's taking the piss. The under tray is a huge part of the structural bit for it, and that was just obliterated. So I do not have a under tray. So for the time being, I'm just cable tying it. Okay, so I've been pissing about with this side for too fucking long. I definitely need a new headlight because even though I did take the piss earlier, that isn't a new headlight, that is my old headlight, which I've just tried to drill and cable tie. And it's kind of working. This side's pretty much okay, but the issue is, because I've lost the under tray, all of the bloody, everything bolts to that under tray and it goes up, so it's causing a bit of a nightmare. Because I can't bolt. I'm using like big plastic clips which I've had left over from toolbox and that from my toolbox, and that is helping. But this side is just, I've just got nothing. The wing itself is a little bit bent, and the bracket's a little bit bent. So trying to get it to line up is an absolute nightmare. I mean, I might just put it back together so it's in a drivable state with cable ties, and then at a later date, probably not going to, but then fix it properly. I just want to drive the damn thing, and apparently I can emergency taxi it as well, so I just want to drive the damn thing. It's okay then, it kind of comes up in the middle and goes back down again. So you can actually adjust where it sits on the pin here, the bonnet pin. And then this pulls off. And then apparently you can twist this to sit either further or lower away. So you can twist it, so we need it further in. So now you can see it's a lot flatter in the middle. It's not perfect, but this will never be perfect. Why that light isn't fucking bolted on. What I've definitely learned from doing this BMW is what I do not like doing to cars. I do not like doing bodywork and stuff, like the lining up bumpers and lining up bonnets. It is just so fucking boring. I actually can't get over how boring it is. It takes so long. I genuinely think I could do a whole coilover change in the time that it's took me to line up that bonnet. It's just so frustrating, and it's like not rewarding at all. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad, right? It's because you're about 10 feet away. I don't know how bad it doesn't look paint matched. But I think that's just because it's very dirty. I need to basically clean it. I mean, because the whole car is like different levels of dirt. The bumper does look very green, doesn't it? I don't know, guys, you tell me. Does it look alright? Can we rock with it? I don't know, you know. I might take it for a little bit of a spin down the private land. Shall we? Fuck it, let's go. This airbag's already exploded, so let's just pull it off. Oh, okay, I'm alright, I'm alive. They say we can't go off the private land because basically we're illegal in every single way. to put it shortly, we're illegal in literally every single way. Oh, clutch is good. Oh, I tell you what, it's comfy. I won't lie, lads. It's actually quiet there. That's not me, don't worry. That's someone welding. Hey, look at reflection, your e-lens. Oh, handbrake's nice and tight. Big sense, incoming. Oh, look how quiet it is, lads. Oh, she sounds lovely. Look at this. Mate, is this not focusing? Are you joking me? Oh, yeah. Damn, baby. Can't surprise how quiet it is. Like, it was so loud. It used to be so loud. But now, look at that, yes. Cheeky walk around, lads. Who would have thought it? You know, it actually looks good. Like, here, it looks fine. It looks good. It's starting to look a little bit worse. Yeah, I've still got the badge. I just took it off. It's not got. Oh, this can't. Oh, I don't know. So, I mean, if I want to sell it, then maybe I'll fix it. But if I spend all that money and end up crashing, I'm going to be fuming. We're also going to be trying to put this back to black. I assume it should be black. Let's get the roof down. Fuck it. Let's get the roof down. Okay, I'm super glad I put it together and just went for this little bit of a drive because it's really gave me so much excitement again to get out in it properly. Honestly, it feels really good. But honestly, it drives so good. It honestly, it feels so smooth. When I first started up, I'm like, oh, I don't know, this engine's probably gonna run like fucking dog shit, mate. Honestly, it's super quiet. After just getting it warm and actually driving, like everyone said on the internet, that tapping has gone, like it's totally gone. How much? Okay, so it's overheating a little bit now. Okay, so it was getting a little bit hot then, and the fan did not come on. I have messaged a guy who sold me this, and I obviously got the second one. He says the fan was working when he took it off. So the good news is the engine is super smooth after going for a drive. Listen to it. Bad news, it's overheating. Why? The fan isn't coming on. Why? I don't know. I'm reading up online, a lot of people have suggested a load of different things. A lot of people saying they've changed the fan and it works. So I might put the other fan off the old radiator, or at least crack it open and see if there's anything wrong with it, and then bang it in here. I'm pretty sure I can slide the fan out without taking all the coolant lines off and stuff. So I might try that. Literally just one ball here and then a plastic tab here. And then it just slides out. So an issue could be that it's just not fully bled yet, because every time I let it cool down and I open the expansion tank, there's a shit ton of water that's gone out. It's not going down as I'm like keeping the engine running, but every time I let it turn it off, let it cool down, it sucks out like so much water. And I have only gone through like one of these. Well, I'm just like through half now, so I'm getting up to the 10 litre. So that could have been an issue as well, that it's just not properly bled. But the fan should still be coming on, so I've changed the fan now. So hopefully it sorts it and the fan comes on. Oh guys, I was like, oh god, it's sucking in a lot more water now. Guys, the fan's on. Wait, I can't see it. Yes, the fan's on. It must have been the old fan that I was using. Yes, finally, the fan is on. Okay guys, so why that is just bleeding and sucking out all the water, finishing off. And I'm gonna use this point to go over what everything cost me. So granted, it's not to a fully sellable state, but it's to a drivable state and how I want to drive it and how I'm gonna leave it. So I may just do some little bits more in terms of bracketing on the bumper, but in terms of buying stuff, that's pretty much me done. So let's go over everything it's cost me. So the car itself, I won for £1,200. Let's write this down actually. The car itself, I won for £1,200 on Copart. It was like £1,250, but I'm just going to just round them up for the time being, or round them down, whatever it was. £1,200 for the car on Copart. Now, fees came to about 300 quid. So that's 1,500 overall for the car on Copart. So that's just the car itself. Yes, Copart fees are a joke. Bonnet for 90 quid, which is quite cheap since it was colour matched. And I got the bumper for 130. Slam panel for 100 quid. So that was a slam panel. And I got the rad pack, which has caused us so many issues, but nonetheless the guy who sold it to me has been really helpful. So I know you're watching, Alan, thank you mate. Luckily enough we've had a load of, we've sorted it. So the slam panel was 75, so the rad pack was 75. Now I need a little connector, and that little connector cost me 7 quid posted. And I also needed a top radiator hose, and that radiator hose cost me, I think it was 20 quid, I think it might have like 19 quid or something. Oh, the rocker cover gasket cost me like, I think it was like £16 for the rocker cover gasket. And the belts cost like 15 quid as well for the belt. I'm just gonna, it's pretty much around there. Now I did pay around £200 to get the car trailered, but I'm not gonna equate that, because if you would have bought a car, you would spend a lot of money in petrol or getting a train or whatever. So I'm not gonna equate bringing the car back here. I got that for 200 quid, and it was from all the way up north. So if I would have picked this car up as it runs, it would have cost me about that in fuel getting there and back anyway. So I'm not going to equate that into it. I'm going to need a new steering wheel, but I would have bought one of those regardless, so I'm not adding that into the price of the car. And if I wanted to sell it on properly, I would have had to buy a light. I'm just getting it to a roadworthy state which I would drive it. Granted, I'm not happy about driving it with that light, but whatever, it's going to send in anyway, so it's fine. So all that together we have got, so altogether that comes to 1,953. So I'm going to go on Auto Trader right now and find this engine, this colour, this mileage, and see how much they're going for. There's only 3. The cheapest one on Auto Trader in this colour with the 3 litre is actually, it's got 98,000 miles, more miles than this. It is £8,500. Now I've seen way cheaper ones on Facebook than that. £2,000 all together. And will I sell this at 8.5 grand? Absolutely not. I thought there'd be some. I swear I've seen some for around about like 4 or 5 grand. Auto Trader's telling me this is an 8.5 grand car. It isn't. definitely isn't. Looked on eBay with a bit which is a bit more realistic. And this mileage, this engine, they're going for around 5 grand. So 2 grand we have done it pretty well. Maybe not 8 grand well, but like 2 grand considering this would have usually cost me around 5 because it's got the working roof, which is a main thing. I've seen a lot for sale for like 4, but they don't have the roof working, which is a nightmare of a job to do, expensive. So mine does. So we've saved ourselves 3 grand by doing this. Now granted this is a Cat N, so it isn't going to sell for full asking price. Realistically I'll probably sell this for about 4, so still nonetheless I've saved a couple grand and we have a cool car for £2,000. And there she is, so excited it's working, so glad I kept the old parts. Always keep the old parts if you're doing this. This side actually looks okay in the bumper, it actually does. It starts getting a bit of shit over this side, but what can you do? Thanks for watching everyone, I love you all and we'll see you in the next one.